And we're going live on Instagram. So we are live on Facebook. We are live on YouTube. We are live on Instagram. And now I'm going to share this into the other groups. I hope everyone's doing all right. This wonderful, what do we got? Monday evening, the 18th of February. The 18th of February already. It's unbelievable. We're just, how quick this year is already going, right? Hey, how you doing? All right, everybody. Not famous, I see is on board. How you doing? It's hard to believe it's already February 18th, almost the end of the year, end of the month, so to say. Let me share this into a couple of groups and we can begin. And this is going to be a good one today. I just got off a call. It was great. A podcast. It was great. Some really good stuff going on for you guys. I like to share immediately what I hear and what I talk about because this way it really helps freshen my mind and helps me also sink in for myself. So a lot of the things that I do, a lot of things you should do. Hey, Monica, my cousin, Richard Kaufman, how you doing? All right. Hey, Berlin in the house. Heck yeah. So, hey, Jania. So this is a good one. I just got off a podcast, their podcast of a company, I think $120 million company. And we were talking about success and we were talking about growth. And we were talking about what I call PPS, people, procedures, and structures. Hey, Karen, how you doing? Did you triple your income, triple your revenue this weekend? I hope you did. Let me know if you did. Hey, James, how you doing, brother? Congratulations on the position on the Senate, the Congress thing there. It's pretty awesome. All right, so I was on a call with a $100-some million company CEO, and we were talking about the importance of growth, the importance of of moving forward and always educating yourself. And we were talking about what I call PPS, people, procedures, and structures, which is the basics you need to have in place before you can start working on that culture, as far as changing things when you come in to change things, to turn things around. And he agreed, but they call it people something and technology. So they call it something else. But anyway, close enough. Hey, James, how you doing? Or Lane, how you doing, buddy? My brother, my partner, Lane. So it was interesting, the podcast. And it's funny because it doesn't matter who you talk to. The higher they go, the more I seem to understand them. And the reason that I understand them most is because they think like I do. And they think like I do because I think very simple and basic. So what does I tell the wife and kids? Hello. Hey, honey. I know it's honey. I know it's her. How you doing? Good to see you in Berlin. Is because I think basic and simple. No, not this weekend, but monthly total is more than double of last year. Big picture. That's what you meant. Okay, awesome. Good for you. Congratulations. What's going on, my brother? All right. So when I say they think like me, you're thinking like, what, are you a big CEO? No, I used to be, but not anymore. I wouldn't say I was big, but and I was a GM, not a CEO. Anyway, they think simple, right? So you think in order of what you have to do and not backwards or not in the middle or not, I need a solution right now and then we'll worry about everything later. But if you don't know that, you don't know that. It's literally, you don't know what you don't know. And the question is to yourself then, what are you going to do to make sure that you know it? And what do most people do? What's the most people do? You know what they do? They buy a book. That's the cheapest way to get a result. At least that's what they think. Well, in the long run, if you think about it, is it the right way to get ahead? Because if you buy a book and you put it in place and you work on it and you do this and that and the other, and then you turn around and you say, well, I need another book. And you go through the years, and there's nothing wrong with books. Don't get me wrong. You go through the years reading these books, hoping that they're going to get you where they want to go, but they don't. What do you do then? Then you go on the internet and you say, maybe I'll find somebody who knows what I need. And then you go out and you're looking online, that guy's cheap. He must be, he seems like a cool guy. Let me get this guy. And then you bring this guy in or this girl in. Next thing you know, you're paying them who knows what. And same thing, nothing happens. Or it took 2 years, you realize, nope, not happening. Maybe I'll try this guy. And I can tell you this right now. You're wasting money, not only, but you're blowing time. Hey, Gregory. Hey, Jeff. All right, brother, man. Ask questions, seek out advisors. Karen's on the ball. Karen's been around for a while. She knows I've been around with me for a while, and that's why she knows what I'm talking about here. And that's exactly what I'm talking about. So I'll give you an example. Imagine you met a swimmer, right, who wants to go to the Olympics. And he's in the park, at the swimming pool with 10 other swimmers. These 10 other swimmers, they have a manager and they have a coach and they have a team, right? The coach has a team. They have an Olympic team. They got cars with stickers on it and stuff and sponsors to pay for the trips and everything. Then you got, let's call him Bruce over there, right? By himself saying, I'm going to do this on my own. I'm going to get to the Olympics. And you're like, are you stoned? Like, are you stupid or something? How can you possibly think that you can get to the Olympics on your own? right? Isn't that what you would say? Or let's say, Jeff, it is indeed. Or let's say you have a football player who's in college and won't listen to the coaches because he says he's going to do it on his own. You say, dude, what are you doing? You can't do it alone, right? You would think they were ridiculous, right? This is what the CEO said to me. You would think they were ridiculous, right? It's like, what is wrong with you? Why would you try to do it on your own? That's what it's for. Well, the same thing is for business. You can be successful in business, but success is relative, as you know. And the question is this: are you successful as you really could be? Is success literally just around the corner? I can tell you something myself that I'm working with somebody now, Lane, and we've upped our game. And now we're working with somebody else as well, and that's really upping our game. I'm constantly searching for mentors and people to either bring in on collaboration on the team or to learn from one-on-one. I have mentors that are, over 80 years old. One of them died like a year and a half ago. Unfortunately, he was 93. Hey, Monigo, how you doing? And all these people taught me one thing. When someone says always be learning, that doesn't mean always be reading. That means always be learning. Applied knowledge will always, every single time, no matter what you say, no matter how many degrees you have, will always trump knowledge, pure, applied knowledge. So Karen's been around for a while and keep tuning in. Value is abundant and I share it. Awesome, Karen. Thank you very much. So let me ask you this. In your business, whether or not you're successful isn't the key. The thing is, do you want to grow? Do you want to scale? Do you want to have less time at work? You want to have more time free and you don't know how? You got to hire a consultant or a coach. Mentors are typically not in business. They mentor you more on the emotional side of things. But that happens too. There's mentors that do that as well. So are you actually there where you want to be? And if you're not, exactly. This past weekend, I had my 80th call with my other mentor. Wow. Matt. How you doing, Matt? Good to see you, brother. Lane, 80th call. Wow. Funny. He's not 80, is he? So let me ask you that. If you're not in the business, if you're in a business and you think you're not where you should be, why don't you have a consultant or a mentor or a coach that's helping you get there? Why not? It's ridiculous not to. Hey, why wouldn't you? Doesn't make any sense, does it? Just like the guy who's trying to be an Olympic swimmer by himself, just like the guy who's trying to be a boxer by himself. Imagine going to the boxing gym and there's some guy boxing by himself, hitting the bags. Like, what are you doing? I want to be the world champion boxer. Without a trainer? Yeah, I don't need a trainer. I can do it myself. Really? Yeah, right. All right. All right. Yes, Matt. Good man. That's what I wanted to check in and say tonight, because I don't know how often I see it that I'm talking to veterans or other business owners or entrepreneurs or freelancers or whatever you want to call yourselves, because there's a big discussion going on now, freelancer or entrepreneur. And they ask one question and I can turn their business into a whole new entity with one small answer, but they won't answer it. They won't ask the question, or they won't pay to ask the question, or they won't even think about asking the question to hire somebody to answer the question, which blows my mind. I'm constantly if I see someone who's smarter than me, I'm on it. Like, boom, hey man, what'd you do? How'd you get there? And I take advice from people younger than me in the areas that I don't know anything about. That's another thing. Your ego can't get in the way. Hey, Jeffrey, how you doing? Coaches, consultants, and mentors, all different approaches, but there to help guide. Exactly. I can do it, but a team gives me perspective. That's right, Jeff. That's right. And if you're really good, your team actually gives you advice that you can implement. Right? Pretty good stuff. I know, Jeff, you're like that. I heard you're that kind of a leader, which is a good thing. So I'm going to give you a tip right now. If you're stuck any way, shape, or form, and if you don't think you're stuck, that means you're not growing, typically. If you don't think you're stuck, oh, everything's cool, I'm fine, that means you're missing something. Because there's always something you can be doing better. There's always something you can be doing more efficiently. There's always something you can be doing more effectively, whether it's delegation or whatever it could be, optimization, automation, it could be anything. There's always something to be doing in your business to make it better. And when you stop doing that, that's when business starts to fail. I agree. It's all within, but having help accelerates the vision from within. Yeah. You must have help. You must. I'm sorry. There's no other way. You can't know everything, and you can't run everything, and you can't be everything. There's no other way, period. Just simple as that. So when I look at all the successful people in the world, look at Richard Branson has coaches, man. I know one of his coaches, a speech coach, who's a speaking coach. A speaking coach, Richard Branson. Yes, the guy who speaks all the time has a speaking coach. Could you imagine? Why do you think he's so freaking good? Ugh, makes sense, doesn't it? You only get good when you have outside ears and eyes and ears. You only get good that way, right? Isn't that what we all want? Anyway, I'm going live in the Vetrepreneur Tribe. If you're around, come join me. If not, we'll see you next time. Thank you all for joining in. I'm going to turn these off one by one, starting with YouTube, since no one watches there anyway, but it's worth a try. All right. See you, YouTube. Take care.